Shalom guys, how are you doing? We hope things are well. We hope the internet will continue working for us. You can never know what the future is treasuring. All the people around the world are dealing with such amazing pressure in their minds. Every person in those days is dealing with such amazing, great challenges. It's not simple at all. And today I thought about it that people are being very judgmental about themselves and finding it very, very hard to deal with their own feelings and with their own emotions, and blaming themselves for being scared and being nervous. And I just wanted to say that I think that it's time for us to respect ourselves more and to give ourselves more credit for being who we are. And society has many lackings in it because people are willing to be part of something that is greater than them. People are hoping for success to shine and to appear in their lives, and a person feels alone and isolated when he's not part of something. So many of us are trying and putting a lot of effort in trying to impress other people, and by that to buy the path, the way to their hearts. And it sounds very normal that the person will want people to like him and to love him and to respect him and to accept him. But the main thing is not to lose your true self when you're trying to sell yourself to someone else. Because if you do that, then you lose your own identity. So in the end of the way, or further ahead, people will start recognizing that you are not that one that you pretended to be, that you offered yourself as. And then they will hold you as a liar. Then they will for sure not going to respect you for who you are. So it's really better to find some people, even less and maybe even later, that they will really accept you for who you really are. And with them, after they will really accept you as the one you are, you'll be able to walk forever. You'll be able to share your life with for good. People that are trying to pretend, they fall to be pretend to be someone else, they fall into that world of lies and disguise, and in that place a person can never really serve the Creator with an honest heart. And also Rabbi Nachman of Breslev is writing on that a person that always afraid what other people will think about him, he cannot pray. Because when he's trying to focus his mind and to be quiet and relax and to talk to the Creator, and that prayer is supposed to come from the heart, so he's always worried how people will look at him while he's praying, how people will think about him while he's praying, and they will judge him and they will criticize him and they will have thoughts about him, and he wants and have to fulfill his obligation to them, that they will like him and that they won't think that he's doing this and doing that. And then he falls in that trap of being a liar, always a pretender, always working for other people, when really there is no importance in that. Because the main reason why you feel that you need to make other people like you or love you or accept you is because that your self-esteem is low. But if you're going to understand that there is no reason for your self-esteem to be low, you won't find that need to impress others so important. So the way to find your true self and to find out who you really are and to feel complete with yourself, I think that that's like a basic stage, a very early stage in becoming spiritual. Because let's say that a person during his life, he always with his eyes open to see what's going on outside, what people are saying. He lives external life to think what people are saying because he's scared of them and he wants to achieve certain things from them. So like all the time his mind is outside in other people's life, what they're doing, what they're achieving, how they're gonna respond, what they're gonna do, how they're gonna act, what they will think about me, what they're gonna say. And like he lives outside of his own body. Even he's not even inside himself, not to talk about connected to faith and to God and to understand that it's all supervision, and not even understanding that it's all reflections of his grace and kindness. A person that lives external life, always bothered with the figures and shapes and forms of other people, he is part of the world of illusions that is surrounding him, that is the world of lie. Like the holy book, the Zohar HaKadosh, is saying that this world is called Alma Deshika, the world of lie. And if a person wants to start living a spiritual life, to start finding his true self, so he needs to collect himself from all those situations. He needs to bring his soldiers back home. He needs to bring his powers that are invested in life. Oh no, I need to satisfy him. No, I need to please her. No, I need to make them think that I'm like this. I need to force them to do this. Like all the time, all his powers are all over the place, scattered and lost, and those are the sparks that he lost in his life. He needs to start collecting them. How you collect them? By being honest, by being truthful. Then you're magnetizing them back home. Instead of being a slave of that person that is willing to terrorize you, that is willing to suck life out of you, you are looking at him with a point of truth, with an honest attitude, and you think, okay, who that person really is for me? He's a friend, he is a colleague, he is my cousin, he is my partner, he is my neighbor. And then you just put him in the right spot, and you start running your life based on the truth, based on reality, and you start educating him and yourself based on your true understandings. Me, for an example, when I started my tshuva, so my parents, they had a lot of problems with the fact that I became religious and that I became observant and keeping Shabbat. And in one of the days, my father told me, can't you see that every step you make, like you make problems, it causes like explosions? So I told him, I see that every step that I make, when I look back, explosions took place. But it doesn't mean that I'm pushing the buttons of those bombs to explode. No. But I do see that. I can see. Sometimes in a relationship, a person will be hurt because of you. That's at least what he will say. But if you cannot supply the things that are satisfying him, so you should not continue giving more than you're able to that relationship, even though it's trying to consume all that goodness of yours. When you don't have that goodness, when you don't have that bounty to give, you're not forced to. And you need to educate yourself and to educate your surroundings to understand the new reality based on the truth. Yes, I am your child, but it doesn't make me to be your slave or your employee. Yeah, I am your husband, or yeah, I am your wife, but it doesn't mean that you are allowed to abuse me or I allowed to abuse you. And also that's a very important thing, that when you're starting that process of coming closer to the truth, you should also be ready, means to prepare yourself to the truth to flash back, to hit back. Means you cannot demand them to stop using you and abusing you when you are still wanting to take from them. No. You need to educate yourself. If someone tells you, look, you're trying to take too much from me, like I don't want to give that thing, you should learn how to breathe. You should also learn how to accept it, how to educate yourself, how to train yourself not to take from someone that does not want to give. You can ask, you can suggest, you can request, you can pray for that, but you cannot take with force. And when we're talking like that, so we're giving like small examples, but you should copy paste those examples to your own life. For one it will be with his wife, for one it will be with her husband, for one it will be with their children, for one it will be with the boss, with the parents, with the neighbors, with the colleagues, with the partner, with the investor, with the lawyer that you are terrified. No, he is working for you. And you need to understand that he is working for you and you pay him. And he cannot abuse you because he's a lawyer. And sometimes relationships are very, very tight. Things are very, very complex. And to untie those complex relationships, you need to work hard to untie them, one tie after the next. And sometimes it's complex. But if that's the work that the Creator set for you in life, and how will you know that that's the real mission in life? Because you need to connect yourself to the truth, like we said. So if the real truth is saying that this is what you need to do, so this is what you need to do. Now a person wants to learn Torah. Okay, but the kid needs to change his diaper. So, okay, it's very nice that you want to learn Torah. If there is no one else that is willing or able to change his diapers, so you're going to have to put the Torah aside for a certain while, for a few minutes, until you finish doing what you need to do, and then go and learn Torah. But you cannot say, no, my Torah learning is more important than my baby's diaper. No, your child's diaper is way more important, and he cannot suffer because you want to achieve something, because you have certain spiritual goals that you desire. No. If you want to connect yourself to the Torah, if you want to connect yourself to the truth, so you need to connect yourself to the Torah with truth. Means while being honest, while being truthful, while being nice and kind and sensitive and caring and loving and understanding and patient. If you won't have those attributes, you will never be connected to the Torah, even if you're going to sit on the books for thousands of years in a row and won't eat and won't drink. You will never rise, you will never shine, the Torah will never illuminate from within if you don't have the vessels, and the vessels are the truth. So like I said, when a person wants to come back, he needs to collect his sparks from the relationships, from the conversations, from the situations. How you collect them? You magnetize them with truth. Means now you have a problem with your boss. Okay, so you need to look at it from an angle of truth. What really goes on here? I need to work, I need him to pay me, I'm afraid that he will fire me, but still he is also abusing me, so I don't want to continue working under him, but what should I do? Okay, think about it. Maybe you can stand up, maybe there are certain things that you can still say without shaking the stability for you to be fired tomorrow morning. Maybe there are ways to fix things in a process that will take few days, that will take few months, that will take maybe even few years, but it's worthy for you to suffer in a certain way for a higher truth. It's not always, no, you're not going to talk to me like that, no, I became a man of truth, so now, no. Sometimes when there are children, when there are emotions, when there are feelings, when you also have lackings, when you also cause problems to twist that relationship and to bring it to its condition, things need to be worked out with responsibility. Like I said, we need to appreciate ourselves if you really want to be serious and to take life seriously, so you need to take it easy and to judge yourself favorably and not to be too hard on yourselves. You need really to think with a sincere heart about life and to try to do the best that you can and not to be judgmental and not to hate and not to blame yourself. No one hates you and no one blames you, and even if people around you are very, very tied into criticism and self-judgments, and those judgments are falling on you as well, it doesn't mean that you need to suffer because of it. Maybe this is one of the problems that you need to solve, and you need to talk about it. You need to talk about it with yourself. You need to talk about it with your partners. You need to talk about it with every person around you that you feel that he does not understand what's going on in the development that you're going through. And you need to be an open person and to talk about your heart and to share. And there is nothing that is more healing and more fixing than the truth. So you should just be truthful and say, listen, I want us to talk. I want us to talk about those things. I want to explain one thing. I want you to listen. Please listen. Please try to understand. And do it in a sensitive way, in a caring way, in a loving way. And come back to your own true self. And bring back your horses. Bring back your soldiers. Bring back your spiritual sparks back home to reality, to your real true self, and find your real true identity. The way to find your true identity, to be your true self, is just to express the real true feelings and emotions and thoughts of yours, and to let people know. And just to let people know what you go through and what you think in a simple way, in a loving way. The world does not exist. Because Olam Milshon Ne'elem, the world is just blocking the light of truth. The world called Alma Deshika, world of light, is just a fake. We're just inside of an illusion. It's just a fake. We're just inside of an illusion. We're just inside of an illusion.